Okay, so the next thing that I want to update is this up here, the title and the tagline. Because I changed the background, I don't think they look that good. I don't think they're big enough, and there's definitely not enough contrast with this gray color with the blue background. So let me open up the inspector, and I see right here as I open up the inspector on that element that there is a class site description, and as you see in the CSS here, they give you both the HTML up here and the CSS down here. In the CSS, you see this class, which is the dot site description, and the color is assigned right here, and it is a gray. So we're going to go ahead and change that to something lighter. Actually, I'll just go all the way to white, which is pound FFFFFF. That's the hex code. And another feature with hex code is you can actually just type pound FFF, and it'll repeat those same 3 digits if you want to do it that way. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and copy this. We can literally just copy it right from here. And we'll go back into the theme options, back into the CSS, and I am going to paste it above here. Let me get rid of this extra CSS that we don't care about. I just want to adjust the color, and then we'll end with the curly bracket. Now I'm going to teach you one other thing about CSS. You can actually write comments in your CSS, and what a comment is just that. You can write anything you want and it won't be processed. So there's no syntax that you have to follow if you're writing a comment. The way that you write a comment is you start with this slash and then an asterisk. And then the end of the comment is asterisk and slash. And you can type anything you want within these 2 tags. So right here, what I like to do is I like to comment my CSS. The first thing I like to do is comment a section for the header. So if we go back to my page, anything in the header is just anything above the nav menu. Then I'll type in another comment for navigation. So anything that has to do with the navigation, I put under the navigation comments. Then I put my all styles. I do all styles. So say for instance you want to update the style for one of the headings. Well, that heading might be on a number of pages. So I like to do that under the all styles section. And then after that, I like to do my individual pages. So for instance, the CSS that you see below here is for the home page. So I'm going to just do home under the comments, and we put all our CSS that we're going to adjust the home page under this home comment. And what that does is it just organizes it. It makes it a lot easier for you to tell, which custom CSS lines are affecting the look of your website. And then after you update this, I'll show you what you could do here. Let me save the options. So you'll see, let me refresh the page, and we should have the updated color, which we do. And you'll see here, it gives you the class that we originally copied. And you can see this gray style here is crossed out, and that's because it's being overwritten by our custom style. And if you click over here, this will open up the area where your custom CSS is. So you'll see all the custom CSS that we just edited in the WordPress admin area. So again, that gives you just a little insight into the process that's going on when we're making the customizations. So I'm going to make a couple more here. I actually want to make the text bigger for both of these, the tagline and the title. So we'll look here, and I'll see that it doesn't look like there's any CSS with the font size here. So I'm going to go up a level, and we have this span called site name, and that is where we see our font size. So our font size is set to 2.063 EM, which that's a really odd number. I don't know why it's like that, but so what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to copy that back to the CSS. We're in the header area. I'm going to paste that code on a new line, I'm going to erase the CSS that I don't want. I'm only going to keep the font size. I'm going to finish the curly bracket because I didn't copy that end curly bracket. And I'm going to change this to, we'll say 2.5. And just to give you a little intro on the font size, it's set to EM, which basically means this is relative to the rest of the font on the page. You can also set font size. I'll write another attribute in here, or property in here, font size. And you can also do it by percentage. So you could do 80%. You can also do it by pixels. So if you want to do, 18 pixels, you could do it by pixels. So there's a couple different methods by which you can adjust the font size. But we're going to stick with what we're overriding. We were overriding in a relative number, which was this EM, so we're going to keep it as this unit, EM. And we're just going to change it to 2.5, and I'm also going to update the description that we just changed the color for. I want to update that font size as well. I want to make it a little bit bigger. So I'm just going to test out, I'll do 1.1 and see how that looks. So let me save those options, let me exit out of here, update this, and there you go. We have a little bit bigger font size for both of them. Okay. Now the next thing I want to do, I have all lowercase, I think, across this entire page. So I just want to break that up a little bit, and I want to make this menu uppercase. So again, I'm going to right click, going to go inspect element. Normally the text for a link is adjusted within the CSS for this this anchor HTML. So we will take a look here and see. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. Menu A. This is the most general CSS tag that we have here, and this is where other font declarations are being made, like font size, font weight, and all that. I don't see one to adjust for capitalization or uppercase. So this is, I'm going to have to do this custom. So I'm just going to copy this CSS. We're going to go back here to the CSS styles. This is in my navigation, so I'm going to put it under navigation. And what we want to do is put the CSS property, which is text-transform, text-transform, colon. And we're going to do uppercase, one word, semicolon, and the curly bracket. Other options for this are lowercase, or you could do capitalize where the first letter of each word is capitalized. But that's the default option that's being displayed right now. So we want to override that with uppercase. So we're going to save that, get rid of this, reload, and we have uppercase menu. There it is. It's just, it's just this easy. Most of these changes that we're making are one line of code or 2 lines of code. It's not that hard, and it's a lot of copying and pasting. You can get away with a lot without really knowing the CSS. Obviously, that text transform you needed to know, but the other ones were already built in to what you're copying and pasting, and you just need to adjust maybe some numbers or a color. And over time, it's going to become second nature. I promise you, it will. It just takes a little bit of time and a little bit of experience.